a group chat with my lawyers. Shit.
Oh, so this is the reason why all this is coming out.
Man, my boy Daryl, man, you gotta make sure he's a good dude. He's a good human being.
This is why all this is coming out. It makes sense. Not gonna lie, Halle Bailey, you're cooked. You need Jay-Z to back you up, son.
Yeah, this is crazy. This is crazy because the whole time Halle said that DDG chipped a tooth and the whole internet went crazy. The whole internet went crazy. Now DDG is showing receipts of the mermaid. You see cutting him, stabbing him. This is crazy because...
Y'all, this isn't a fairy tale. This is a full-blown Little Mermaid meltdown, and the waves are crashing harder than ever. Halle Bailey, Disney's golden girl, the voice that made millions cry under the sea, is now crying in courtrooms, court filings, and the court of public opinion. And the man at the center of it all? Her ex, rapper and YouTuber DDG, who went from baby daddy to bomb dropper real fast. At first, it looked like your standard celebrity breakup. Quiet whispers, unfollowed accounts, sad song lyrics, and maybe a few shady Instagram stories. But then that girl filed for a restraining order and pulled out the receipts. Photos of bruises, a chipped tooth, allegations of verbal abuse, stalking, and emotional warfare. She painted him like a monster, like she was escaping a real-life horror film with her baby in tow. And the courts believed her, too. Halle was granted temporary custody of their baby boy, Halo, plus a restraining order that kept DDG 100 yards away. It was giving Mama finally found her voice. But y'all, that was just Act 1, because DDG wasn't going down without a fight. And when he clapped back loud, with screenshots, surveillance claims, and a twisting counter-narrative that's shaking the very foundation of Halle's career. Now rumor has it she lost a major movie role, not just because of his accusations, but because of her own alleged behavior. Y'all, Halle Bailey's soft, sweet siren image might be slipping. And we've only just begun. So, let's rewind a little bit. Mid-May 2025, Halle walks into a Los Angeles courtroom looking like a woman on the edge, fresh-faced, tearful, and holding a file thick with evidence. She wasn't there for drama. She was there for protection. In the documents, she claims he screamed at her in front of their infant son. She even handed over Ring camera footage from a day he allegedly showed up at her home uninvited, started shouting, smashed her camera, and tried to snatch baby Halo without permission. She said she felt scared, unsafe, like she was being hunted by someone who once swore to love her. And God, the court listened. The judge granted Halle an emergency protective order and full temporary custody of their baby. DDG was barred from posting about her or Halo and told to stay 100 yards back. Told to hush. But here's the part that hit different. Halle wasn't just protecting herself. She wanted DDG to attend a 52-week battery intervention program. That's not just, I'm mad at you. That's, I think you're dangerous. She told the court, I cannot allow this abuse any longer. Then came the leaked photos, the chipped front tooth, the bruised bicep, and the internet exploded. Some called her brave. Others called it heartbreaking. Most believed her. For a minute, it looked like DDG might be finished. He was being cooked online like a 4th of July hot link called Dada Garbage, and the hashtag started flying.
Chat, rate fit, man. Feel like, damn, bro, should I get a stylist? Why are they saying GGTMZ? Let's see. Why are they saying GGTMZ? All right, I'm looking at her story now. What? Oh. Oh, that. Don't even.
That can't even be real.
That, bro.
But that can't even be real.
But,
that's the thing.
But don't even. But you remember we talked about last night? All that. Let me say something. It's not.
No, I'm saying, but I don't know where that even came from.
Yo, stop these fake allegations. This is a father. This is a real person. It's a good human being.
Even, but I don't.
But hey, bro, we on stream, bro.
Come on, like I gotta be.
Just don't do it, bro. Come here.
Don't even make no
Go back. That's my real friend. We're not gonna do no false. ruin this stream. He's a great human being. He does a lot for a lot of people. He's a man. He's a father, and we're gonna respect him. We're gonna love him. WDDG, and anyone got anything to say?
The fake narratives, man. Stop the bull. We don't want to hear that, bro.
Y'all, behind closed doors, DDG was just warding off his defense. And when he did speak, y'all, he flipped the entire script, saying he was the real victim. But listen here, while Halle was posting soft-lit selfies and protective mama statements, DDG was in the cut collecting screenshots like Pokemon cards. Because just days after that restraining order hit, he fired back with a legal motion that turned everything upside down, and that wasn't some "I didn't do it" press release. This man came with his surveillance footage, AirTag trackers, and witness testimonies, even a cut on his thumb, allegedly from Halle herself. Well, DDG claimed the real monster wasn't him, it was her. He accused Halle of everything from stalking to emotional manipulation to full-on knife attacks. According to him, she didn't just file for a restraining order to protect herself. She filed it to destroy him, to paint him as a deadbeat, and even worse, to snatch their son Halo and run off to Italy. But the messiest part? He says she used Apple AirTags to stalk him for months, not one, multiple. And if you thought that was wild, wait till you hear where they found them. Y'all ever heard of a Hello Kitty pet tracker? Yes, that's what allegedly ended up in DDG's Maybach, hidden under the seat. And when DDG's mama came forward, it got even crazier. She said Halle didn't just show up uninvited to a Beverly Hills movie theater while DDG was out on a date. She confronted the woman he was with and tried to start a fight. Now, how did she know where he was? Because, according to DDG's mom, Halle had been tracking him with a pet AirTag, the kind made for cats. But oh no, it didn't stop there. Another AirTag was found inside a vitamin bottle in his Escalade, and the one that really chilled folks to the bone? Inside Halo's diaper bag, underneath the cardboard lining, wrapped up tight, a literal pet tracker on a baby.
What y'all got for DDG? That's the one where my age kind of caught up for me. I don't know all of the details with DDG. So the latest is that his partner, Halle Bailey, or former partner, filed for solo custody, temporary physical and legal custody of their son, Halo. She says that DDG abused her both emotionally and physically, and because of those allegations, she has been granted that custody. Of course, the internet always has their opinions on what that means or the why of it. And I think there's a temporary, there's also a temporary restraining order where he has to remain over 100 yards away from both her and the baby. And that expires on the court hearing date, which is June 4th. See, this is my thing. If he did those things, then get DDG out of here. Mm-hmm. But if he didn't do those things, there's a clear blueprint and pamphlet that's being handed out to women as how to railroad and they're trying to railroad. It's the easiest way. If I want full custody, I don't want this kid. I want him to lose all rights and privileges. Then when I found for
that's when folks started to switch sides, because no matter how sweet or stinging her voice is, hiding surveillance devices in your son's belongings, I don't know if that's protective mama or bad energy. And just when he thought the chaos was peaking, we get to this knife incident. According to DDG, Halle had been sending threatening messages all night, texts like "answer the phone," and repeatedly typing in all caps. Then it got worse. "I'm not playing, Turl. That's it." When he replied, "I just want to be left alone, please," she answered. "I'm calling for help. I have a knife." He begged her to stop, pleaded. "Why do you have a knife?" She didn't answer, but allegedly showed him. DDG claims she attacked him with that knife and left a deep cut on his hand. And when the photos surfaced online, y'all, it looked like he wasn't lying. The slice was real. And so were the panic messages. When he told her to put the weapon down on Mother's Day, she was mad. He didn't want to spend the day together. So she allegedly left with his Glock. Just walked out with a baby in one arm and a gun in her purse. She said she was going to go pack, but the text sounded like she was ready to end it all. "If you don't come back here, I'm calling the police." "You have a son," DDG wrote. In her reply, "You ruined me." Naturally, DDG panicked. "You have a son. I know you took my gun. That gun has no safety." And that's not the first time she threatened him with self-harm. Y'all, this is hard to read, but this was Haley's rant to DDG when she thought he was cheating on her with Lala. "I'm going to do it tonight. My son will not be around for it. I hate you forever." The rest, I'm not even going to read out loud. Her jealous rants went on, filled with increasingly weird grammar and typos galore. That's only to say she was probably furious, mad as hell, while writing them. At the same time, Lo went online after a while, begging people to stop believing everything they see.
Our whole friend group went on this trip, and everyone on this trip can confirm there was nothing weird going on. I wasn't even staying near them. It was for someone's birthday. Let's start there. There was never anything sneaky going on. Like, me and Daryl's relationship has always been strictly started off as business. Obviously, if you know, you know, like, he put me onto YouTube, started off there, grew into a friendship, has always remained platonic. So it's very unfortunate. Like, I know people already have this narrative because it's just hard to believe that a guy and a girl can be friends. Like, it's hard to believe that me and him or any other guy and girl can just strictly be platonic friends, okay? But nothing has ever gone on past that, ever.
So yeah, this mama had pain in her fingers and chaos in her heart. But let's not forget the real in all this, baby Halo. While these two were tearing each other apart with the courts and the group chats, there was a 1-year-old caught in the middle of all the storm. And that's when things got tragic. Because in the midst of all this, the restraining orders, the allegations, the air tags, Halle made one request: to take Halo with her to Italy for 2 months while filming a new movie. Seems innocent enough, right? But DDG wasn't having it. He filed an emergency motion to block her from leaving the country. Why? Well, because according to him, she was mentally unwell, emotionally volatile, and a danger to herself, and maybe to their child. In his own words, if she leaves court jurisdiction, who's going to stop her if something goes wrong? He said she once drove with their son while threatening unalivement. He said she threatened to harm both herself and Halo in a single text thread. He even dragged her postpartum depression into it. Not to mock her, but to say, this woman is drowning, and I don't trust her with our baby overseas. And that timeline does line up, because Halle herself admitted back in April that postpartum hit her like a tidal wave. I didn't realize how serious of a thing it actually was. Now, going through it, it almost feels like you're swimming in this ocean that's like the biggest waves you've ever felt, and you're trying not to drown, and you're trying to come up for air. But does that make her dangerous? Or just human? The internet was definitely split. Some fans called DDG cruel, said he was weaponizing her pain to steal custody. And others said he was saving that baby's life.
Exes like that. Oh, who hasn't beat on their man? Oh, this evidence is like 3 years old. Sorry, have you guys not got brothers? Have you women not got sons? And yes, if your son is beating on your daughter-in-law, abso-fucking-lutely, you check him. But if you also know that your daughter-in-law is beating on your son, or scratching up his face, or cutting up his thumb, or sending demanding and threatening messages, what, you're just gonna sit back and be like, oh, he's a man, he should be able to take it? No, you're gonna check her. Because I know I would. You can't be making these excuses, because DV happens both ways. I know you don't want that to be true, but DV happens both ways. And he has supported that with evidence and messages.
TMZ leaked court documents where he laid it all out bare. He wanted sole custody, and if not that, then court-monitored handoffs, third-party visitation, and a total ban on taking the baby out of state, let alone out of the country. And the wildest twist? Word on the street says that Italian films still got cold feet. They didn't want to deal with the international custody bearings, bad press, or the optics of a baby mama accused of threatening harm, with her baby in the background. Just like that, Halle may have lost that role. Now, her team hasn't confirmed it yet, or if they ever will, but insiders say that the production is recasting quietly, and Disney's not commenting at all. Her reps are very tight-lipped. But if true, this isn't just a personal loss, it's a career blow. A hit to the brand she spent years building, one aerial note at a time. And the irony? All she wanted was to take her baby with her. But now, it's looking like neither the courts nor the studio are siding with her anymore. As soon as the court doc leaked, the internet turned into a battleground. Gossip was the norm, but now it was war. Team DDG swarmed the blogs, posting screenshots of the air tags, the threatening texts, and photos of his hand injury like they were Exhibit A, B, and C. Some fans said he was finally showing the world what male emotional abuse looks like. One X user wrote, Halle Bailey be doing that little soft, sweet, innocent voice the entire time. She needs to be put in a straitjacket. People started posting clips of DDG being put down by a single text from his supposed boo. On the flip side, Black Twitter came out swinging for Halle. Because no matter how messy those texts got, folks said this was still a man with millions of fans using his platform to villainize the mother of his child after she was granted a restraining order. One user wrote, DDG sick as F. Those essays don't prove his innocence, nor do his prove anything about Halle either. It's textbook postpartum reactive. And as someone who survived years of domestic, this is how men get away with it, pushing people to the point of insanity, then playing victim. And let's be clear, y'all. It wasn't just fans speaking up. Some celebrities weighed in too. Actress TM was reluctant to post, but ended up speaking out loud about protecting Black women from character assassination. She's always there for the Black mamas. Meanwhile, YouTuber Aiden Ross admitted he put DDG in touch with lawyers to help him get full custody, and that sounded like a strategy. Interview. Now the lines have been drawn. It's protect Black fathers versus believe Black women, and nobody's budging. And here's where it gets very weird. While the fandoms fought, the industry stayed quiet. Too quiet. And Halle's reps have gone radio silent since the emergency hearing. And Disney? Of course, not a peep out of them. The film she was set to star in, a sleek European indie project filming in Italy, has reportedly scrubbed her name from internal memos. One source allegedly told Deadline off record.